What up? You're watching Your Fast Life stream.
Jiva on the beat.
Your Fast Life in the house. Who's out there? Who's listening out there? We are live. We are live. I know it says car channel, but I gotta do some new ones for the bike channel. You're watching Your Fast Life motorcycle channel, broadcasting out to the world. I believe we have James Feenan in the house. James Feenan. Yay. What's going on, man? So we're talking about the 3 top motorcycles for 2015. Got a lot of suggestions from you guys, so we're gonna take a look at those in just a second. First of all, let me know if you guys can hear me properly. Let me scale my windows out here. So offhand, somebody was talking about the Hayabusa. I know Chris Carter was talking about the ZX-10R. CF Ryder was talking about where you're at. Where you at? When did he post this? This is like yesterday or 12 hours ago, a long time ago. He was way too early. Fast and Fearless is here. Fast and Fearless, let me know if you can hear what I'm saying. So actually, I guess let's just get right into it. Let's start taking a look at some of the comments you guys made on the video that I posted to alert you about this video. So let me bring that over to this screen. And I guess we could start off with actually addressing I don't want to call it a mean comment, but a negative comment that somebody left on the video. I got another mean comment right here. There's always mean comments. Look at this guy. This guy says, who's this guy? Muddy Waters? Is that the guy? Muddy Waters. Blah, blah, blah. Stop listening to squids for know-how. Shut up and get on the track. Get on the track. He's talking about my video about 2016 ZX-10R track feedback. So there were some professional riders that actually went on the racetrack, ironically enough, and commented about the 2016 Ninja ZX-10R. Commented about how it was, really impressed with it and the brakes and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know what he's talking about with squids, but if you do YouTube videos for any period of time, you know, comments in one ear and out the other. Not completely, because sometimes people are whoa. the beauty of life. The beauty of live events. Stuff like this happens. Went down the wrong pipe there, my black tea. Why does the tea gotta be black and you're wearing a white hat? What's up with that? Because I'm an Oreo cookie. That's what's up. That was terrible. Yeah, yeah, you know, I listen to all the comments, even negative ones, because sometimes somebody will say something which may have some valid, you know, there's just some validity to it, but the way they stated it may be kind of rude, you know, but still, there's a reason why they said what they said. So unless it's purely hateful, where it's totally baseless, I'm going to consider what's being said. Now, just because someone's making a valid comment about a video in terms of their valid concerns doesn't mean necessarily I'm going to do something about it, because I can't please everyone. Like, case in point, let's get to the comment I actually wanted to show you, which is not this guy. It's actually too many windows open, man. I got a window over here, I got a window over here, I got a window over here, over here. It's crazy. I look horrible. I need to shave, man. I look like a bum. Yeah, so let's see. So a guy commented on this video and he said, Ian Jacob, what up? So he's not gonna make it. That's too bad, man. Let me zoom this up so you guys can see this a little bit better. Ian Jacobs probably not gonna make it. Jojo Gonfang, what up? I don't see any suggestions. By the way, if you guys want me to shout out your channels, and by the way, James Feenan, let me know how the audio sounds. I'd like to get feedback from you guys, because I don't want to be, you guys can't even hear what I'm saying. So let me know. Comment below and let me know. If you guys want me to shout out your channels, then you need to comment in the chat room and let me know what are your 3 bikes for 2015. And let me know that you want me to shout out your channels. And if you want me to even take a look at one of your videos, post a link to your video, but be aware, you better have some thick skin. Because, hey man, the viewers are going to be honest with you about your videos. If your videos are boring, or for whatever reason they have a negative comment, I mean, I want people to be nice. I want people to be, don't be rude, but be honest. So if you don't like criticism, number one, YouTube is not for you. Number two, you may not want your video to be looked at in this context here. And I'm also going to rely on the viewers to decide, hey, we've seen enough of this guy's video, let's move on, kind of thing. So they're gonna shut you down if they don't like your video. So just keep that in mind. But if you want us to take a look at your video, post it in the link. But you gotta post 3 bikes for 2015 that you're recommending. Jojo Gonfang, what's your recommendations? Don't know. Fast and Fearless, what are you saying? So he's gonna be busy, but he's gonna be trying to listening in. So hopefully, Fast and Fearless. I won't say Furious, doesn't get fired trying to watch the thing. Thumbs up. L Perk says the Suzuki GSX 1300 should be one of the top 3 by default. If it wasn't for that bike, there wouldn't be a ZX14 or an H2. If not a top 3, then a strong honorable mention. What's happening over here at the stream? I see things moving, but I don't know what's going on. I got it all zoomed in, that's why I can't see anything. I got the screen zoomed in so you can see the comments, but now it's hard to see your comments. Okay, there we go. Okay, I see L Perk. L Perk, what's up, fellas? L Perk, let me know how the audio sounds. Audio sounds good, bro. Alright, thanks a lot, Scooter Rider 1. I came out here quickly to support you. However, I got Star Wars tickets, so gotta go shortly. L Perk is gonna be out of here shortly, so let's look at L Perk's comment. So, well, I was already looking at your comment. So GSX 1300R, absolutely, that's definitely one of my top picks. It's an unusual pick because the bike is dated. Sorry, C Kim, but it's true. It's true. That bike has been the same for so long. They just plant in games with the colors. But you know what? It's so awesome that although I'm disappointed a little bit, I would like the looks to be updated a little bit. I would like them to modernize it. The ZX14R is crushing the GSX 1300R right now, and I don't like that, man. Let's get this thing. I'm Team Green, but I chose the Busa over the ZX14R. So bottom line is, I don't care that it's dated. I don't care that it needs new looks or whatever. I don't care about any of that stuff. I still love the Hayabusa. Hayabusa! Because of that luxury ride in the desert, man. I know I keep saying this, but it's so true, man. I just, being in the desert with that premium suspension feel, soaking up the bumps, the quiet purr of the engine, because you have so much power, 3,000, 4,000 RPMs, you're good to go, and you're just cruising. The wind's just going over that screen. I'm tucked in, and the desert, there's nothing going on. You're not really doing a lot of lane changes. You're just kind of relaxed, enjoying the ride. Oh, man. And then the beast mode. Mode A is just, wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hayabusa. I mean, obviously it's a little heavy on the twisties. I do ride in the, man, I got too many things going on. Whatever twisty roads that I can't think of right now. Even though I have the shirt right here. Where's my shirt? Check out my shirt. I want you guys to if you guys want to support the channel, I want you guys to buy my shirt. I spent the last year working on this design right here. I want to know what you guys think about it, and I want each and every one of you guys to pick up one of these shirts right here. This is my shirt, guys. Check it out. Buy my shirt. The Rock Store. This is not my shirt. This is not my shirt. I bought this at the Rock Store. I bought it at the Rock Store. You guys are like, man, now he's trying to sell his shirts. So yeah, I definitely agree with the 1300. As far as the ZX-14R, I agree. You know, that was Kawasaki's response to the Hayabusa, I think. You know, because the Hayabusa was legendary, man. And for so long, and it's like Kawasaki was not having it, so they got their ZX-14R, and they've been kind of dominating with the top speeds and the performance and the technology, and the Hayabusa's kind of been asleep, but it's still an awesome bike. As far as the H2, I don't know so much about the H2 being inspiration for the Hayabusa being inspiration for the H2, because the H2, as you know, was kind of a historical bike. They wanted to do something that's crazy to kind of, you know, make a statement of what Kawasaki's all about, you know, as a corporation, not just even the motorsports, you know, all the stuff, the aerospace, all that. And they wanted this bike to just crush everybody. Most powerful bike, production bike, you know, the H2R, obviously, not so much the H2, but definitely the H2R, designed to be a beast, designed to, you know, let people know what's up with Kawasaki. So I think that's too big of a mission for it to be inspired by the Hayabusa. No offense to the Hayabusa, but I don't think so. 3 bikes: H2, R1M, GSXR 1300 by default. I like your selection. I love the R1M. It's so lightweight, you know, that 600 feel, but yet you got the 1000cc power, especially flashed. I mean, it's an amazing bike. I love it. So nimble, and that screen, man, even in the bright sunlight, you could see that screen, the digital display, so great. It's a wonderful bike, I love your selection of bikes, L-Perk. Absolutely love your selection of bikes. So R1. So Scooter Rider 2, let's see. H2R, okay. Okay, Fast and Fearless is here. James Feenan. What up? Scooter Rider 1, R1, H2, and Panigale. Yeah, man. R1. Yeah, I mean the R1 being the less aggressive version of the R1M. I guess not the best way to describe it. I guess the R1M is the more aggressive version of the R1 as opposed to the other way around. But still, I mean, it's based on that awesome platform. So the R1, you should still have that great engine, that lightweight flickability. You just don't have all the extra goodies like you have on the R1M. So I think that's a great selection. H2, you know I love that H2. Love the H2, all that torque, all that power, that supercharged, you know, the uniqueness of the bike. Absolutely. Panigale R, not really a big Ducati fan. For me, it would definitely be the Super Leggera, because of the power to weight ratio. Insane. I forgot, I did the numbers on that bike, and compared to my favorite bike, the Daytona 675R, the Super Leggera was ridiculously light, and then the amount of power you're getting on that thing, I mean, it's insane. So even for me, who's not really a Ducati fan, Ducati fan, I definitely, that bike got my attention for sure. My man, Hayabusa, L-Perk. You gotta let me know how the movie is, man. You gotta let me know how the movie is. When he's gonna watch Star Wars right now, let me know how you like the movie. You're gonna love it. It was an awesome movie. No motorcycles in it, but they did have a little something in there, which I've seen more impressive vehicles in the past that may cater to us motorcycle enthusiasts. But it's still cool. It's still cool. It's all good. It's all good. Scooter Rider. Thought it was for new bikes for 2015. You know what? I think I was thinking a lot. That was kind of the inspiration of the idea that I had, but I also appreciate bikes that are just really awesome. Like for example, if you were going to, let's say you have no bikes at all right now, you're gonna go, you won the lottery or something, and you're gonna go and buy some bikes, right? And you have to buy 3 bikes or something. You know, what are you looking to buy? So it doesn't have to be a brand new bike. It could be a classic bike which has some historical significance that you like. So even Buza, which hasn't been really updated, so it's not really like there's really an official 2015 Buza per se. Still an awesome bike. Fast and Fearless says Aprilia RSV4 RF, even if it was only for the sound. I love it, and it's something different. I need 2 more bikes from you, Fast and Fearless. I do like the Aprilia. I did Aprilia Capenord, and the Aprilia Capenord, man, that bike is just amazing. And I guess I should, so you guys are not just strictly looking at my ugly face here. We should pull up some of these bikes that we're even talking about. So you said the Aprilia. We don't want to look at that. We don't want to look at that at all. Let's get the Aprilia RSV4. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, look at that thing. Oh, me like it. Fast and Fearless. You are such a pervert. Look at that thing, the red wheels. Oh, I like it. I like it all around. I like the look of it. I like the grays and the blacks. It's not really blacks. I guess it's dark grays. Is this just black right here? I guess the front fairings. But regardless, I like the whole look of it. And it's kind of like this is Aprilia's version to me, in a way. I mean, this is a bigger bike, but it's kind of Daytona-esque to me. And I can see right here, it's got the steel braided brake lines, like the Daytona. Got the Olin suspension. So this is definitely looking like a very, very race-oriented bike. I know a lot of these street bikes are race-oriented, but you know, they don't go all the way, a lot of them. Like for example, the steel braided brake lines, man, that's a big deal. You know, I remember when I first upgraded my brakes from the rubber hoses to the steel braided brake lines. I mean, those hoses, they flex, man. So some of that pressure when you're squeezing the brakes, you know, some of that's lost in the flex of the hose. So, you know, some of that force goes to moving this hose rather than moving the actual brakes. Giving you more braking pressure, for lack of a better way of saying that. But yeah, man, that definitely makes a difference. And if you're going to be racing, you want the best that you can get of in terms of a braking system. So steel braided, man. MV Agusta Brutale 800RR. Oh yeah, I love the Brutale. But you know, a lot of times when you talk about these Italian bikes, Brutale. Can I type and talk at the same time? Probably not. Brutale 800. Oh. Isn't that the dragster? Isn't that crazy bike that has this crazy amount of torque? I'm not familiar with the 800RR though. What is that like? I think this is one of those aggressive bikes, isn't it? This is one of those bikes that are mean. Oh yeah, Brutale. The thing with these European bikes, I find, whether it's Ducati or it's MV Agusta and Aprilia, is reliability becomes a concern for me. I mean, look at the Brutale 1090RR. I did 1,200 miles in Italy, and I loved it. If you guys saw my review, loved the bike, man. When I first got on it, you know, it's heavy. I'm like, this bike is heavy. But then you start riding, you're like, this is good, man. And the sound of that engine, man. Oh my goodness, the sound of that engine, how flickable it was. I'm racing against 300 plus Lamborghinis on this 1090RR, this monster of a bike, and none of those Lamborghinis could scare me. Lamborghini Aventadors, Lamborghini Murciélagos, Gallardos, the Miura, all these Lamborghinis. I'm sure some of them were enhanced, and I wasn't afraid of any of them. The only problem that I had with the MV Agusta Brutale versus the Lamborghinis was there were some guys that were really crazy, man. We were running down the coast, you know, top speed. We had police escorts, and we're just flying, man. Just imagine all day you're doing 130 miles per hour, 140, and you're just going, and you got these Lamborghinis next to you. Oh man, that was bucket list, man. That's got to be one of the most exciting things that I've ever done in my life. I'll never forget it. But there was this one guy, guys that were crazy, man. We were doing 130 plus, and just based on the conditions, because we got into these bridges that are really high up, man. You're really high up. If you crash and you tumble down from that bridge, I mean, it's this really beautiful landscape and the rolling mountains and everything. But again, regardless, I mean, that's not the place you want to crash. Some of these narrow bridges and stuff. And I'm just like, you know, this is just too fast, man. It's just too fast. It's not worth it. But here's the thing. I didn't get to a point where I felt like those cars are too fast for me. I can't keep up. I was going and keeping up with them, and I was running them down. But then I'm just like, this is crazy. I mean, even for, you know, it was already crazy. We were riding fast on the highway and all this kind of stuff. But for the conditions where we were, the type of roads, and how fast we were going, and how fast I would have to go to pass those Lamborghinis, which were Aventadors, of course. Those were probably one of the fastest cars that were there. The Aventadors, that's the V12. I had to roll off, man. I was like, you know, you guys go. You know, my life is not worth, you know, my life is worth more to me than, you know, trying to race these cars. And I was fully geared up. I had my RC1 jacket with my full hard armor on the inside, the pump on the back. I had my Icon vest underneath. But what's that gonna do for me when I fly over a cliff, guys? You know what I mean? But bottom line is that Brutale did its thing, man. I was up in the mountains with this powerful, you could call it almost a 1200cc bike, and twisty roads, man. I'm leaning that thing. I only had one problem. There was one spot where I was running some Lamborghinis, and the back tire stepped out on me a little bit, and I held it, man. I held it, but you know, I think I'm pretty sure I engaged some traction control on that one, but that could have been a low side for me right there. But I held it. I pulled through. But when it got to the mountains and it was raining, that bike is nice and all, but I wasn't wearing any particular, I didn't have any particular rain tires on there, just the regular standard tires it comes with. So I was handicapped, going real slow on that Brutale, but I love it. But my point why I kind of got sidetracked was in terms of reliability. There's one section in town that we had crowds of people. They're all there and they're, no, rev the engine. Oh, do it wheelie. That's my horrible Italian accent. Molto bellissimo. So the Lamborghini in front of me, Aventador pulls up and he's vroom. So I pull up on the Brutale and I'm vroom. And the Lamborghini pulled off fast. I'm like, okay, let me pull off for this crowd, you know, give them a little entertainment. So I you know, release the clutch and I pull off aggressively, and I made it, must have been 4 or 5 feet, and all of a sudden I just see the shine and this thing flying off, and one of the local Italians walks up to me. I stop. He walks up to me and he hands me my mirror. The mirror flies off. The mirror flies off from acceleration. That is how fast and powerful the MV Agusta Brutale 1090RR. It is so fast that the mirrors fall off. Either that or they have a little bit of reliability issue there in terms of the manufacturing process. I was told I was not the only person that had that issue. So that is what you get when you get these bikes. They're beautiful. They're great to ride. The sound is great, but your mirror might fall off. You know, I don't think that's gonna happen on a ZX-10R. I don't think that's gonna happen on a Honda. I don't think that's gonna happen on the Hayabusa. But again, get back to the European bike. My favorite bike, the Daytona 675R. My first, 800 miles or something, I had a leak with the cooling system. And again, that's something I heard other people had that issue as well. So, you know, these bikes are wonderful. They have so much soul compared to the Japanese bikes. But, you know, you just can't beat Japanese reliability, man. You just can't beat Japanese reliability. Let's see. RSP4 bike porn. What was your other bike? Aprilia MV Agusta Brutale. I rode one of these. I have a review on my channel. I rode one of these bikes, and man, oh man, when I say one of these bikes, I mean other than the Brutale 1090RR, obviously. I rode one of these bikes, and I'm gonna see if I can find the name of it. That thing was a beast, man. It was so tuned for torque that, you know, I've ridden all these powerful bikes, but I gotta say, man, that bike was a little bit intimidating as far as the amount of torque it had. It was so aggressively tuned, man. It was a bike that was not really designed for any kind of casual riding, man. That thing was all about speed and acceleration and just, whew, what a blast, man. Smiling from ear to ear. MB Agusta, definitely a brand that I definitely appreciate. Where's the damn search thing? I'm looking for the search thing so I can search my own page. Okay, so let me see. MB Agusta. Let's see if it comes up. There it is. The MB Agusta Rivale 800. The Rivale, man. That bike is, oh my goodness. If you guys like torquey bikes and you want something that's mean, really aggressively tuned, and just so much fun to ride, man. As soon as you twist that throttle, oh my goodness. And the sound of that thing. Let's see if we can get the sound of this thing. That, oh my goodness. MB Agusta. It's funny how I got so much excitement about MB Agusta, not so much about the Ducati. Well, I haven't really ridden Ducati's bikes, that's why. So Ducatis are just beautiful bikes to look at for me, but I don't have the experience of riding them. Let's see if I can get some. I think there's some sound. There should be some sound in here. Let's see. Just cruising around town. 26 miles per hour. Come on, get on that gas. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Rivale 800. Oh man. I love it. Alright. Scooter Rider 1. RSV4 is bike porn. Hell to the yeah. Fast and fearless. I like something different, even though the ZX-10R is there. I couldn't leave that out. The ZX-10R, oh, absolutely, freaking-lutely. So, 2016 ZX-10R. You guys stay tuned, man. You might be seeing this bike in the future. I mean, I'm definitely doing a review on it, obviously, but I really think I might want to pick this up. And I'm not one of the collector type people. I mean, I don't sell a lot of stuff, so that's why I end up with multiple bikes, because I don't sell anything. But that's not my thing, man. You know, I'm not a collector of bikes. I don't really buy a lot of stuff. But this bike has definitely caught my attention, for sure. And it's not just this bike. I mean, I've been eyeing the ZX-10R for a while. One of the things that stopped me is I'm not a big bike guy. You know, the 1300R, the Hayabusa, that was kind of a life changing, or that was really not for me, man. I was always about small bikes. You know me, that's my background. You know, I got really good with bikes in terms of my experience and skill level. Normally people just upgrade to like a bigger, now it's time to get a 1000cc bike or whatever. I was in no rush for that, man. I was just looking for the most powerful middleweight, you know, most nimble, most powerful middleweight bike possible. If I wanted more power, I was dreaming about maybe supercharging it or doing some kind of modifications, but I was not looking at any 1000cc bikes. However, as I started to research about bikes, I learned that some of these new modern 1000cc bikes are actually quite light compared to back in the day. So, you know, don't count them out in terms of, you know, automatically assume it's going to be a big old heavy bike. Don't assume that. You know what I mean? So that's when I got schooled on the reality that these bikes, you know, some of them are actually quite nimble, quite maneuverable, which is what I like. So with that in mind, and with all the good stuff I heard about the ZX-10R and how comfortable it is, you know, I like to do long distance riding, but I don't really want to go the cruiser route. So, and then the latest suspension changes and all this kind of stuff, and the ZX-10R has been out for so long, they've had so much time to refine it and make it better and better and better. So I'm just like, wow, you know, maybe it's finally time to make that move. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I'm definitely very interested in this bike for sure. Let's see. Fast and Fearless agreed. ZX-10R is affordable, fast, great handling, and reliable. Scooter Rider 1, one of my top subscribers. Awesome. I think everyone is missing a generation of bikes. Bring back the two-stroke bikes. They make you feel alive. The new sport bikes are all about speed. Yeah, there's definitely something to be said about the classic bikes. You know, it's like cars, man. You know, I was always a modern car guy. But you know, lately it's like I'm separating from, how do you describe it? So you have cars that are improving and getting more modernized with the future technology, right? And you have me that's totally on board. I'm like, I love it. But then at some point in time, they're getting too refined, and it's like I don't know how to do this. I'm kind of going this way, and the cars are going that way, and I'm like, I don't want to continue with you guys anymore because you guys are going in a different direction. Manual's going away. I'm a manual guy, man. I want to be connected with the car. I want to change the gears. We still have that with motorcycles. So the unique thing that I love about motorcycles is we are still holding on to manual for now. The electric bikes are, that's the threat for us. It's great. I love electric bikes. I didn't realize I would until I rode one. But the reality is, you know, they're so awesome and, you know, so capable. Once the technology gets cheap enough and we can get the ranges down, you know, what's going to happen to these gas bikes? They're probably going to start going away, which means we're going to lose the shifting. But for now, we still have the shifting. Cars have lost that. No more Ferraris that come with a manual transmission. They're all automatic. Although Lamborghini, I think, just brought back a manual. Did they bring up a manual? Or it might be rear-wheel drive. There's a rear-wheel drive Huracan, I think. I don't know if it's manual or not. But everyone's going away from the manual. So, I can definitely appreciate, you know, a respect for the classic motorcycles, the classic vehicles. The Blue motorbike were insane. The Buell Blue, the Buell motorcycle were insane. I heard something about the Buells had a low center of gravity. A lot of the weight was really centralized and lowered, so that made for great handling. But I don't know. I've never ridden it. You need a 2016 ZX-10R. Scooter Rider 1. Hey, listen, Scooter Rider 1. I'm gonna look directly at the camera because I want you to understand what I'm saying. I'm talking to you, Scooter Rider 1. I don't want to take any advice from someone who rides a scooter about which bike I should buy. You ride a scooter. I'm not interested in your opinion on super sport bikes, man. I mean, you should be talking about Vespas, my friend. Oh man, Scooter Rider 1's gonna get me for that one. I believe it to be refined. I'm digging it. I hope it's not too refined. I want that raw. I like the raw bikes, man. Raw and wild. That's what I like. As a matter of fact, let me talk about that in a second. I'm going to talk about what I like in bikes. I've been doing reviews and all these videos and stuff, and I really haven't really embraced with you guys, you know, what I look for in a bike. Actually, you know what? Let me just do it right now before I get distracted. So what do I look for in a bike? What's the ultimate motorcycle for me? Well, first of all, just like with a car or with automobiles or whatever you want to call them, you know, a truck serves a purpose. I'm not really a truck guy. And then you have cars, you know, sport cars that serve a purpose. You have luxury cars that serve a purpose. I'm more heavily biased towards sports cars. Not really into luxury cars, although I can appreciate them. Not really into trucks, although I can appreciate them as well. So the same thing goes for motorcycles. It's not like there's a one-size-fits-all for me. But I guess what I'll start with is where my passions lie the most. What's the most exciting thing for me with a motorcycle? I guess that would be two things. I would say intense acceleration. So we're talking about torque. And flickability. for me, what I'm excited about stems from those two things. Being able to twist the throttle in as much of the power band as possible and have an intense response available to me. Whether I have to downshift or not, that's not so much the factor. If I don't have to downshift, that's even more awesome, but I don't mind downshift and get into that. Bottom line is being able to, at any speed, to have this immense acceleration available to me. As soon as I start rolling, I'm basically describing the H2. I'm basically describing the H2 right now when I'm talking about acceleration. That's the ultimate. Supercharged, instant power, massive amounts of torque. And that's something you get from the Hayabusa as well, but the sacrifice there is the weight. It's a heavy bike, but you do have that massive torque. So I love that feeling of the acceleration at any time, any moment. Downshift or just twist the throttle, doesn't matter. The point is, you twist that throttle and that bike, the G-force is throwing you back, man. Woo! I mean, that's such a blast, man. That gets me excited, man. That's one of the key things I love about a motorcycle. The next thing again is the maneuverability. I love, dragging my knees, getting really low on the bike, hanging off, where you're really, really getting one with the bike, and it's such a synergy. For lack of a better way of describing it, it's like a dance. A car, you're sitting in a car, and you just really this wheel. The most you get, at least, that's why I can't get away with my standard. I need my manual transmission, because the least you could give me is to work that clutch pedal, man. Pushing that clutch pedal, I'm shifting those gears, so at least I'm getting the most involved. But that cannot compare to hanging off on a bike, where I'm literally affecting the maneuverability and the performance of the bike. I am doing that with my body. That's insane. I mean, talk about being one with the bike, and that is something that brings me a high level. It's a high, like when you play music, where just hanging off and leaning that bike and getting into those turns and see how fast I can get into the turns, and I love that, man. So that for me. So let me invent a bike. I'm gonna invent a bike. So if I could make a bike, the perfect bike for me, I have the ability to whatever I want. I have magic powers. And I don't have to rely on physics or anything like that. I'm not limited by technology. What would my perfect bike be like? My perfect bike would be a bike that is as lightweight as the Daytona 675R, maybe even lighter than Daytona 675R, as long as the lightness does not sacrifice the stability of the bike. I don't want it to be so light compared to the massive amounts of power that the bike is too scary. I like scary, but I don't like too scary where I really feel like I'm actually gonna die. But yeah, 675R weight or less. So super, super lightweight, super, flickable bike. So I guess let's start with that as a platform. Take a Daytona 675R, keep the weight or make it slightly lighter. So you have the flickability, you have the lightweightness, and now give it the power of something like, say, a Ninja H2. Right? Now, I'm saying that, with not having ridden the bike, but just based on looking at the torque curve, looking at the feedback from the riders that have ridden the bike, anything that's getting in that range, where again, that torque curve, so an H2 torque curve, where as soon as you twist the throttle, it's ready to go, but yet it's manageable. That to me is the ultimate bike. That is the bike. That's the perfect bike. So that is a bike that the H2 is not, because again, we have Daytona 675R maneuverability. H2, I'm pretty sure I can outmaneuver an H2 on a Daytona 675R. I don't really have much doubts about that, right? So I want to keep that maneuverability, but I want that immense power. Now I talked about there's no one bike, but so talking about other bikes, I would definitely want something that has what the Hayabusa delivers. The Hayabusa, definitely, I love that bike, man. And the problem with that bike, though, if I have magic powers, I'll make it perfect. The Hayabusa is not perfect. What I would do is, wow. The H2. The Ninja H2 comes up again. The Ninja H2, being another hyper bike like the Hayabusa, seeks to provide some of that experience that you're getting from the Hayabusa, but in a lighter weight package, which is what I like. Never ever do I want to get away from the lightweight package. However, I do totally appreciate the benefits of a heavier package. That's one of the things I like about the Busa, actually, is the weight. Because when you're cruising in the desert, long distance riding, that weight gives you stability. That bike is just locked down. It's soaking up the bumps. I mean, it's a feeling that you really, well, I've never felt that on any kind of a lightweight bikes, like a 1000cc or 600cc bikes. Those bikes are too lightweight that they tend to be a little more jittery, whereas the Hayabusa will be much more smooth. So I would like a bike that has that smoothness of the Hayabusa. I mean, if you could pull that off with some advanced suspension on a 600 bike or a 1000cc bike, great. I've never seen it. So somehow that weight is required from all the technology and all the bikes that I've ridden. The weight is required for that kind of experience. Something about that weight just pressing down on the road gives you that smooth, that stability that's so great for long distance riding. So I want that, but I would like to have the maneuverability. So let's just say I'm not going too crazy with this stuff about where I have magic powers. So let's try to get more back into the rules of physics. I would say then a Hayabusa that weighs similar to that of a 1000cc bike from, say, 4 or 5 years ago. I think that will be the ultimate other bike. What's this other bike? This other bike is the bike that I can go on long distance rides, but it's not a cruiser. I never really want a cruiser. I always want, that's the thing, any bike that I'm on, I always want that maneuverability. It's even a safety thing for me. It's not even, it is a safety thing for me. That's one of the big reasons, because when I'm on a road, I don't have a cage, I don't have an airbag, I don't want to be on some big, fat, heavy slouch. I always want to be able to feel free and comfortable to maneuver. If I've got to swerve around a car, swerve around a snake, I actually ran over a snake. I forgot about that in Italy. I think I did. I ran over a snake. Oh, and the stories of Italy. But anyway, yeah, I want to be able to maneuver and save my life, and I don't feel comfortable on heavy bikes. I'm afraid of the weight slowing me down when I need to do maneuvers, and that's kind of what bothers me. So I would like if there's a way where I could have the stability which comes from the heavy weight, but then still have a decent amount of maneuverability. So even 5 year ago 1000cc weight, that would be an ideal bike. Also, here's another thing as well: the smoothness that comes from that big 1300cc engine. That's another thing for long distance riding. You don't want the noise, you don't want the vibration. You want to be able to calm the bike down and have it be totally sedate, and that's something you can get from that massive engine. So if they could somehow do that in a lighter weight package, that would be ultimate. So the torque and acceleration of a Hayabusa, but the weight and maneuverability of a 1000cc bike, that would be another ultimate bike. Also the size. It's not just the weight and everything. It's the size. How wide the seat is. That's what made it more comfortable to me. Even more comfortable than the Capanord. I'm not 100% sure, but I really feel like the Hayabusa was more comfortable than the Capanord. The Capanord seat was a little bit more narrow, and I felt a little pressure on my inner thighs. So for long distance riding, which I did 1,200 miles in 2 days, I was okay, but I feel like the Hayabusa would have been a little bit more comfortable because of the width of that bike. It's so wide, and also the width gives you more space to carry stuff. Long distance riding, a small little narrow bike like a Ninja ZX-10R, that's not really ideal for long distance traveling, right? So I think those are two of the most ideal ultimate bikes for me if I could design a bike however I wanted to. ZX-14R, Dean K says H2 would be a good start. Absolutely. Let's see, fantastic. Fast and Fearless. Poor Scooter Rider 1. Scooter Rider 1, don't cry, man. We had to start small. KTM Super Duke R1290. Yeah, man. I've heard some stories about that Super Duke. I gotta do a review of the Super Duke, man. What I'm hearing, man, that bike is a wheelie monster. That bike is a beast. It's unfortunate the street bikes, these naked bikes, street fighters are the naked thing, man. I need my fairings. I mean, I was okay with the Brutale, but still, ideally, I need my fairings. So what I'm getting at is, I would love that torquey engine. I love the engines of the street bikes, the street fighters, but I don't necessarily like the street fighters per se. Around town is fine, but again, I like to do long distance riding as well. So what I want is, I would love a bike that has the Street Fighter torque and engine, but in a super sport package. So imagine a bike like the ZX-10R with an engine like the 1290 Super Duke, or like a Z1000. Right? That's to me another ideal bike. Highly torquey, give me that acceleration blast that I love, that smile from ear to ear. But you still have the look of the sleek look of the Super Sport, and then also the fairings and all that stuff. Fast and Furious Z14, another fantastic bike to ride. That's what I've heard. I've never ridden it, but I hear that it's definitely the better bike to the Buza. So that's kind of unfortunate, because I choose the Buza. It's really a cosmetic thing, man. If I thought the ZX14R looked better, then that would be probably my ultimate bike, because from my understanding, it's giving me a similar experience to the Buza. So all the stuff that I like about the Buza, I would get from the ZX14R, but more. The more advanced technology, it's faster, but the looks, man, none of those bikes are particularly ideal in terms of how they look to me. But if I'm gonna choose between two overweight bikes, I'm gonna go with the Buza, man. Sorry to Team Green, but that's one part where I depart. Although I've been looking at how some people have done up their ZX14Rs, and I was with a 650E, but one of his friends has a 14R, and it actually looked kind of cool to me. So I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. Too light, too much power equals scary and nervous. Yeah, exactly. That's why I said that. It's like I would love a lightweight bike with a lot of power, but only if you could pull it off to where it's not, I feel like I'm gonna die. I want my heart to be racing, but there's riding on a roller coaster, and then there's jumping off a cliff. It's not the same thing. Fast and Furious, I would love a KTM 690 SMCR. I don't know what that is. 690. I think I saw that at the show, actually. Let's take a look at that. So that's this guy, huh? 690. This looks so small. Is that really the 690? Fast and Furious, is that a 690? It looks like a 390 to me. Oh, it says it right there, 690. That looks so small. Wow. Everything you described, and you can flick them around with loads of power. Really? Wow. Alright, I gotta look into that then. I seen you ride a Z1000 while laughing your ass off at the power. Another great bike. Yeah, man, that's Z1000. Kawasaki. Well, when I start singing, you guys know I love the bike, man. I was singing on that thing. I was singing on the R1M too. No fairing, though. She's naked. Yeah, it is a 690. Wow. So let's look at you guys' comments. Kind of running out of time here. Fast and Fearless, Kenneth Carter. Kenneth Carter! He likes my cereal. I'm glad you like my cereal, but where's your bikes? All he says is Kawasaki. Where the hell is Kenneth Carter? Kenneth Carter, where the hell are you? Talking about love my cereal and Kawasaki is a winner. Which Kawasaki? You're supposed to give me 3 bikes that are recommended. Chris Carter. Let's see who else. C. Kim, one of my top subscribers. The 3 ones that I own. What are the 3 ones that you own, buddy? We know you own a Buza. He's got a Yamaha, which is broken. But I don't know what that Yamaha is. Come on, C. Kim. Uzi Mike. Oh yeah, I was supposed to talk about this. So Uzi Mike. Uzi. This guy's violent, man. Uzi Mike says, "What's with the stupid videos, man?" Yo. You watching your fast life? I'm in the house. We're talking about bikes, the 3 top bikes of 2015. Look, man, I'm being me, and you should be you. I can be a silly guy. you know, I was grown up in a family where we definitely have a great sense of humor. My uncles, my aunts, we joke around. Um, I'm obviously a little bit more animated on YouTube because I mean I am part of what I'm doing is entertaining as well as informing. So I amp things up a little bit, and I kind of what you see on YouTube is it's genuine to who I am, but I do kind of do a caricature, if I pronounce that correctly, of myself because you're watching 5 minute and 8 minute videos of me, man. You know, you can't really get all of my personality in 5 minutes or 8 minutes, right? So I kind of just like a caricature where you exaggerate certain features to call focus to them. I do the same thing. Like I don't have my weird glasses that I wear, but I would never wear glasses like that in real life, man. Those glasses look silly. I mean, orange, just like stupid bright orange. I bought them being silly, and it worked with the branding because I got the orange color on the logo. So I was like, this is awesome. But that's not really necessarily my style. But it represents that kind of easygoing, fun-loving, you know, life is too short to stress out about nonsense kind of part of my personality. It's kind of like when I do a video. When I try to do a video and I want to show you how fast the bike is, how much fun it is to ride it, it's kind of hard to do it on video because when I'm on a bike, my life is on the line, right? So that alone puts the stakes much higher than you watching me. You're watching me, you're sitting in your home, right? So there's things that you do in how you edit it to kind of amp it up a little bit more to make it more closer to how I feel, right? Because again, for me, it could be crazy because of how fast I'm going and my life is on the line, but you're sitting there at home, so you don't feel the same level of stress that I do. So it may look boring to you, like it's, hey, he's just cruising. When I'm not really cruising, a lot of stuff going on in my mind. So again, you kind of amp it up in the edit to kind of more closely match the reality. So that's kind of what I do with my personality on YouTube. It's really me, but in a condensed format so I can fit it into these 5 minute and 12 minute videos. I think some of you watch my videos long enough, then you know that I definitely have a very a serious side to me. I'm definitely you know, like, look at all the gear that I wear. I don't play around when it comes to like safety and gear and you know, I'm a professional corporate America guy, suit and tie guy, you know, but I can also, you know, loosen up and have fun, man. And that's what I do on YouTube, man. This stuff is about learning and having a great time, and that's what I bring to YouTube. That's my mission, my goal, you know, one of my core missions. So as far as it being stupid videos, I mean, obviously some people are gonna look at what I do, and they do, as, you know, ridiculous, and this guy is so immature, and he, you know, he acts like a child, and blah blah blah. I appreciate that and I respect that, but it's just a matter of different tastes, man. The bottom line is, and this is something for you guys who are trying to do your YouTube channels, everybody has an audience, right? Even the most wackiest guy out there who you would think, like, who would want to listen to this guy? Maybe you're monotone or whatever, you have an audience. The thing about it is how big your audience is. Some people have larger audiences than others, right? You have a lot of people that will gravitate towards your personality. So that's something you have to consider as well, because some people say, just be yourself. But just being yourself, you know, what happens if what, you know, who you are doesn't really appeal to a large enough audience? And most of us, some of us try to pretend like we don't want a large audience. No matter what your goals are, whether it's financial, whether it's you trying to get fame, or you're trying to educate people like myself, you're going to want as large as an audience as possible. It takes a lot of time and money to do the videos and things like that. And, you know, who wants to just have like 5 people look at it? To spend all that time and effort just for 5 people. You know, you want to know that it's benefiting a lot of people. Or if you're trying to make money, you want a lot of views so you can get more money from that. You know, so bottom line is, pretty much most people are going to want the largest possible audience. So I'm not saying don't be yourself, but depending on your personality, you may want to tweak it a little bit to appeal to a larger audience. The trick is to do that while at the same time not selling your soul, and, you know, in terms of you're totally selling out to who you are. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I'm not gangster. You know what I mean? So for me to go and try to be gangster on my videos, I mean, that, you know, even if a gangster rider has a wide appeal, that's just too far. Like, you got some of these motovloggers and all they do is they go around and cursing out drivers and stuff. That's not me, man. I laugh at people that cut me off. So you know, for me to go that far is too much. However, you can do some little tweaks to how you present your videos and things like that, which can maybe have a bigger appeal, because you definitely have to consider how large your audience is. You have to also consider, if you appeal to a smaller audience, then you have to work harder to find that audience, right? Because if a lot of people like your personality and how you present yourself, then you don't have to work as hard, because the odds are that anybody that runs into your video is going to like you, and they're going to subscribe, and they're going to share your videos, and you're going to grow organically and pretty quickly. But if you appeal to a smaller audience like myself, I mean, I'm not a fool. I've been around long enough to realize that I think I definitely have an appeal that is for a sizable audience for sure, but I don't have that massive appeal, just because I'm just too different. You know what I mean? It's and different can be a good thing, but I mean, like a lot of guys seem to like those guys, the guys who curse out people and stuff. That's not me. You know what I mean? So, and there seems to be a large audience for that. So I'm never going to really be able to tap into that audience, and those kind of people aren't going to necessarily want to watch my content, because they want to see wheelies and stunts and all that kind of stuff, and that's not really what I'm about. So I'm going to lose out on that. But there's also people that want to learn more about bikes. They share the same passion for bikes that I do, and these are the people that I need to find. But since that's a smaller group, that's why I have to work harder to find these people. So that's the idea. You appeal to a smaller audience, you work harder to find them. But once you do find them, it's interesting. If you the smaller of a group that you appeal to, the potential stronger audience you can have, because that means you're a more unique person, right? So the people that like your stuff, they're gonna have a hard time finding it elsewhere. So they're gonna love you and love your stuff. So you're gonna have a more dedicated audience than someone who maybe has a more mass appeal. Because there's gonna be, like, for example, again, the angry motovlogger thing, right? There's so many channels that do that, right? So how dedicated is your audience gonna be when they can watch your channel or this other guy's channel? They're all doing basically the same thing, right? With me, there's really no one else that is me. Like, my personality is unique to, you know, who I am. And the way that I present things and the type of videos that I do, you're not really going to get that anywhere else. So that's the good thing of it. So I have to work much harder than other motovloggers. And it's not just because of that. It's also YouTube and their nonsense and their algos. I have to work much harder and hustle much harder. But I think once I get established, once I get a sizable audience, I'm going to have it, I think, much better than those other guys that are more mass appeal. Because I'm going to have a more dedicated audience. Cool guys like Scooter Rider 1, you know, Seek Kim, you know, Chris Carter, you know, Ian Jacob, you know, a lot of you guys, you know, I think there's going to be a better connection between us than it would on, I think, those other channels. And I really appreciate the support from all you guys. Unfortunately, if you saw my video I did recently, the fan tool is going away. So I'm going to lose my ability to really gauge how much you guys are engaged. What's happening here? What is this? Okay, I thought it was saying there was something wrong with the feed. It said say something. It was like, I thought it was saying there's something wrong. Yeah, I don't know. You guys are gonna have to help me out. I need ways to figure out who is sharing the most videos, who's liking the most videos. I can't keep track of all. I'm one person. I'm gonna build a team in the future, but we're not there yet. So I need a way to track how much you guys are really supporting the channel. Specifically, so that I can reward that. I want to encourage and incentivize the support of the channel. I realize the idea that, you know, I'm doing a lot of hard work and I'm bringing value. Some people said to me, you know, hey, you shouldn't have to really give incentives. I mean, you're already delivering for your audience. I appreciate that, but I really want to go above and beyond that. And that's one of the big visions for the channel. I want it in the future. Like, here's some awesome things. I would like to one day be able to either buy a bike for a subscriber, you know, or help them buy a bike. Maybe get one of you guys a free entry into a motorcycle school or something like that. You know, I want to be able to offer different things that helps you guys out. And that's going to come from the side. Oh man, my sinuses are killing me right now. But yeah, so I mean, those are some of the ideas that I have, you know, looking down the line. Let me see what you guys are saying over here. Scooter Rider. Okay, Scooter Rider 1 wants to take a look at your Tahoe 339. What up? Another top subscriber. Thanks for all your support, man. Oh, what a bummer. What are you talking about? What did I miss? What did I miss? Who died? Why don't I see any comments above that? That's the highest comment I can see. It says, oh, what a bummer, and there's no other comment. That's weird. I can't change from Kawasaki. Tao339 is a Kawasaki fan. I tried everything, but nothing rides like a Kawasaki. Team Green! Yeah! Yeah! Team Green! I can't even see the camera, so I don't even know if you guys can see that. Whatever. It's not like you guys don't know I have that back there. Here's gonna hate. By the way, someone asked this story before. I'll tell you the story again. What's the story behind the fairing behind me in the videos? Oh wow. Wow. There was a huge reason behind my change, the R1. So fast and fearless. R1 was owned by my best friend that passed away from a motorbike crash off of another bike. I keep R1 is the second bike, and I buy 2016 ZX-10R in 5 years. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Unfortunately, the reality is, most of the people that I've known that have died, period, not talking about bikes, just in general, period, have been because of bikes. That's a real. That truth just hits you, man. Of all the things, I mean, you know, cancer is killing people like crazy, but the thing that, you know, the funerals in my life have been bikers. Just always remember that every time you get on a bike, man, you gotta respect these bikes that we're riding on. A lot of us are not making it on these things, man. If you have time, I'd like to hear your hard truth about my motovlogs thus far. I can take it. I ride a scooter. Scooter rider wants us to take a look at his scooter videos. We're gonna take a look. Alright guys, everyone that's listening in, I want you guys to be honest. We're gonna take a look at Scooter Rider 1's videos. I want you guys to be honest. And don't be rude, but be honest. Scooter Rider wants to improve his videos. It doesn't help him say what he wants to hear. Well, he wants to hear the truth. You know what I mean? Just saying stuff to be nice, right? That's not gonna help him. So if you can give constructive criticism, that would be awesome. We're gonna take a look at his videos in a second. He's doing a great job. Don't change anything. Fast and Fearless, appreciate the support. Tao339. We're talking about current bikes and Fast and Furious switch from a ZX-10R to an R1. Oh, that's why he said, okay. I currently ride a 15H2. Yay! Alright. We're gonna take a look at Scooter. Who wants to take a look at, who let the dogs out? Who wants to take a look at a Vespa video? By a show of hands, who wants to look at a Vespa video? Man, for those of you guys who don't know Scooter Rider 1, you guys are gonna be like, what the hell is his problem? I've been lying to you guys. Look at that right there. What do you guys see? That's not a Vespa. That's not a Vespa, guys. I've lied to you. Now the truth is gonna come out. Hey, Scooter Rider 1. You gotta tell us what we're gonna look at, man. What video are we gonna look at, buddy? And you better get your tissue paper out. Because when Tahoe339 gets into you and he's gonna be like, man, that video sucks. You cut off the guy's head. Come on, Scooter Rider 1, which video are we gonna look at? He wants us to look at his video and then he fell asleep on us, guys. Scooter Rider 1 fell asleep. So we're gonna go look at some porn videos. What's a good porn site, guys? Let's see, porn. Alright, we're not gonna look at porn, guys. It's a family channel. Latest one where I flash people. Scooter Rider 1? You were flashing people? What did I just say about family channel? ECU basics, right? Alright, so let's turn off this ghetto music that's playing in the background. Who the hell turned this stuff on anyway? Yo, this is your fast life. Yay! What? Yay! I gotta do an album. Would you guys buy my album if I did an album? Probably it would help if I had some kind of music talent at all. True story, I used to play piano way back in the day. Where the hell's the pause button on this damn thing? There we go. There we go. And I gotta tell you the story about this. We're gonna tell you the story about this, the fairing in the back, what that's all about. I like the intro. Get your attention right away. Can you guys hear my voice over the video?
Today on some comments I've had about ECU flashing on the ZX-10R. There's been a lot of questions about which flash is the best one, and I've tried to answer those comments, you know, to the best of my knowledge. One of the main issues with the stock ZX-10R.
What's up, DSYR clan? Yay, yay!
Anyway, is in order for them to pass the noise emissions toward the upper end of the RPMs, they close the butterflies, which kills the power in the bike. And that's one of the main performance issues that they address with an ECU flash, is they adjust fuel and timing.
Hey guys, comments on the video. Let's give some feedback to Scooter Rider 1. Let's hear some feedback on this video.
Any fairly well-known ECU flash, they're going to take care of that issue. Another thing with the ECU flash is it allows you to toggle your traction control on and off on the fly, or at least turn it off. With a stock bike you can toggle it, you just can't.
Alright, everybody's shy. Nobody wants to say anything. Cool. I didn't change any topic. You asked what bikes do we ride. Tahoe 309, my top 3. I'm gonna, man, so much stuff I want to cover that I haven't covered. I gotta remember to cover before the video runs out. Feedback. I want to provide some feedback on the video. Phantom 2. Yeah. Yeah, baby. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Looks like the default camera angle looks pretty low. Are we seeing the full? Yeah, that's the top of the frame. Yeah, that's a good observation. The camera angle is too low. Let me show you guys something that's really cool. I'll give you guys a little tip here. I'm gonna give you a tip for joining the Hangout. FY WG. I'm gonna show you something that's real cool. I'll put a link in the video. Well, there's a 3-axis. There's a 2-axis. So look at this guy right here. This wonderful thing, RTC Manga. What up? Another top subscriber. Thanks for joining in. You're not actually in Germany, are you? Where are you? I keep saying Germany. You're not in Germany. Where are you, RTC Manga? This right here is a wearable gimbal. This will be a perfect solution for Scooter Rider's problem with his video. This will keep the camera aimed forward. If you tuck in, it'll stay looking forward the same way. You sit forward. You sit up straight. Basically, whatever angle, whether you're sitting up straight or you're tucked in, the camera's always going to be in the same orientation. So it's never going to be looking down at the tank, looking up at the sky. It's always going to be looking at the same thing the whole time. Now, this is a 3-axis, so it's actually going to stabilize the camera on 3 axes, which I call a 3-axis gimbal. But you can also get a 2-axis one, which is cheaper. This is $319. I know that can be a little bit pricey, but here's the 2-axis version, which is $185. So this might be all you need, because this is going to, you see this motor right here? That's the motor you need. That's the motor that's going to keep this from tilting forward and backward when you lean forward and backward. So your shot's always going to be the way it's supposed to be. So that's just a little tip for you guys. If you have the means, I highly recommend it. That's a great way to avoid that problem. Otherwise, you want to use your app on your phone to make sure you're checking the way the shot looks before you get on your bike. You want to get on the bike riding position. You want to lean. You want to get into the position that you normally be when you're riding, and also consider that sometimes you may sit up more and see what the shots look like when you're going to be more down and more up, and then decide on what's the best angle to go with. But you definitely want to avoid. This is not too bad, but you want to avoid when you're getting too close to the horizon, where you can't really see where you're headed. Like, this is good, but when you get too low to the horizon, that's where it's a problem. Like, for example, like this. You want to avoid that. People hate that. It's like, where are you going? See that? There you go. You just tuck your head down. So you want to be mindful of that. If you don't have the extra gadgets, then what you want to do is you want to be very mindful of how you're sitting on the bike, because you're aware that when you lean forward, you're going to mess up your shot. So obviously you try to avoid that. That's just something you're going to learn with practice and with time, where you get in the habit of being aware of that. Like, I used to wear the harness, the chesty, and I got in the habit of, sometimes I would forget, but I got in the habit of, when I'm tucked in, I would twist the camera automatically as far up as it can go. I'm doing that blind, but I just know it's going to be aiming at the tank, so I try to avoid that. I screwed up the Italy trip. I didn't get that yet, so all my high-speed footage is gas tank. I'm so pissed, because that was some of the most awesome footage ever. It would have been, but because of me not adjusting the camera, I screwed it up. So that's just something you learn from time. Okay, Tahoe 339 is breaking out on us. Thanks for joining in, man. I really, really appreciate it. And Ian Jacob just stepped in. Another top subscriber. Really appreciate the support. Thanks for joining in. I know you weren't sure. Oh, you are in Germany, RTC Manga. All right. 5 a.m. in the morning. 5 a.m. in the morning. We have RTC Manga. He has a car channel, an awesome car channel. You want to see cars out in Germany. He also did a trip in Japan. Awesome guy. Definitely check it out. RTC Manga. We'll bounce out of here. Well, I gotta bounce out of here. Good to see you, man. See you people later. I made it, bro. I have my cam to look like what I'm seeing, so it doesn't seem too boring, you know. Yeah, it makes sense. RTC Manga. I've been over to Froberg a few times for the road racing. Great place and country. So that is it. I'm gonna my final comment that I'm gonna make here on the video is, we're gonna have to get back to I like this, by the way, the thing that you did with the smiley face. It's pretty cool. I would say another comment that I would make is remember we talked about that everyone has their audience. So some people are fast talkers, some people are slower talkers. Scooter Rider 1, you are a slower talker. Now, someone who doesn't understand the full scope of things might jump and say, you talk too slow, man. People are going to be bored and whatever. And that is the case in certain instances, but that goes both ways. For some people, I talk too fast, right? You have people that English is not their first language. It may be more difficult to understand me because of how fast I speak. Then you have people that are older who also, it's more younger people that are fast-paced, boom, 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 boom. So they're gonna more embrace the faster jump cuts and all that kind of stuff. But as you get older, people tend to slow down, and they don't necessarily, they're not gonna necessarily like that. So they may look at a channel like mine and say, I talk too fast, right? And it's like they would more want someone. I know there's some people that talk pretty slowly. So I guess I'm kind of rambling right now, but what I mean to say is just be mindful that there's a certain audience that they're going to be bored because of the rate that you're speaking. But however, again, those are two groups of people. There may be a group of people, an audience for you, that appreciates the slower talk, and they'll watch you and they won't watch me. Like, that guy talks too fast. I can't understand what he's saying. So, they'll subscribe to you and not me, and then vice versa. But it's just good that you at least be aware of that, because maybe as you're discovering yourself and your channel, you might want to play around with things. Maybe you experiment with going faster versus slower. see what the feedback is. I mean, it's an exploratory process, but at least be cognizant of that potentially. I know for a fact that that's definitely going to turn away some people, like it turns away people with me, again, talking too fast. Some people are going to get bored. They're going to say, like, get to the point. And I know that's one of my issues as well, which I'm trying to improve upon, is I can ramble sometimes. And also, you know, one of my advantages actually becomes a liability, which is a lot of people have said that I have a great ability to really explain things and get into detail and make it so everyone can understand. But here's the problem. I may explain something to you and you may pick it up right away, right? So the first time I made my first statement, you got it already. But then there's other people who don't get it, and I cater to those people. And while I'm catering to them, you're bored because I'm like right now, there's someone probably listening right now who already gets where I'm going and they already fully understand what I'm saying. And there's others who can appreciate me completing my thought process, right? So that's just something that I'm working on. Whereas I want to try to be as concise as possible, but that just takes time and practice. And the bottom line is, you see, there you go. The slower talking guys are more understandable for non-native English speakers. That's an advantage on the other hand. See, there you go. That's exactly what I was saying before. So a non-native speaker who was a ZX10 fan comes to Scooter Rider One's channel, and they're gonna appreciate that it's easier for them to understand. They don't know English that well, but if you speak slowly enough, like if I were to speak like this, then they might be able to understand what I'm saying because their brain has time to hear the words, understand what I'm saying, what the words are, do the translation into their own language, and then process what I'm saying. But if I'm talking like this, then it's like, you know, it's tough. They miss a bunch of words, they miss the context, and it's difficult. But just be mindful of that. Be mindful of that, and just try to make sure that you cater to the audience that you're trying to approach. Renegade Biker 24. Hey all, how's it going? It's going pretty good. I used to have a lot of bad hangouts back in the day. Google apparently has gotten their act together. The hangouts have gotten much better. I hope you guys are noticing that. Even this hangout right now, you guys may not be aware of it, but the resolution on this, the frame rate is much higher than back in the day. And back in the day, by that I mean 8 months ago, or even 6 months ago. But anyway, so I hope you guys are appreciating the advantages of the new technology and the lack of problems, man. You have all kind of glitches, and that was just really annoying. Thanks for coming over to Germany. I'm glad you liked it. RTC Manga to Fast and Fearless. A Renegade Biker, Fast and Fearless. I'm off. I am after missing my coffee break. Keep us posted on your next live stream event. Thanks for joining in, Fast and Fearless. So I'm gonna wrap things up anyway. I know some of you guys are just joining, but it is the beginning of the work week. So I know for those of you guys. So I want to wrap things up. But this glove. First of all, one of the things that I want to be able to do in the future is I want to be able to I do have a southern drawl, southern Alabama roll tide. Thank you guys for chiming in, much appreciated. You are very welcome, guy, and I really appreciate your support, man. And I look forward to watching your channel grow, man. Just like RTC Manga, you know, you guys, you know, you're starting out, you have your smaller channels, and it's a journey, it's a process. And it can be very difficult at times, but you know, seeing you guys, you know, looking into the future and then realizing, man, I remember when Scooter Rider 1 only had, you know, 200 subscribers. you know, that's gonna be awesome seeing you guys grow and develop into your own programs. Ian Jacob, it drives me nuts when people put an over-the-top fake personalities for their videos. It's not about the speed to me. It's about keeping it real and being a real person. That's very key because I actually don't watch any of the big stuff anymore. Like I don't watch in a lot of like Cycle Magazine and all those kind of. I don't watch them anymore. Top Gear. I'm into cars. I don't watch Top Gear anymore. I stopped watching those things. I don't know. Maybe beginning of the year. I just, you know, I watch people that I can relate to. I watch people, individuals. When I watch Top Gear, it's not really people. It's a show. It's commercial. It's a program. It's something that a producer put together and, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, when I watch a video, You know, I want to watch Scooter Rider. I know Scooter Rider. We've had conversations before. You know, I know how you think and the things that you're into, and you know the journey that you had. I know what bike you've had before, and I can appreciate you getting a new bike or changes to your bike. And it's kind of a relationship. I mean, it's virtual, it's online, but it's kind of a relationship, and I don't get that from those big programs. So I can definitely appreciate, you know, Ian Jacob, your comment about the personalities, because that's what you subscribe for. And by the way, those of you guys that are trying to build your channels, that is why people subscribe. That is one of the big things why people are going to subscribe to you. They're subscribing to you. So it's, yes, you gotta have good videos, and that helps obviously, but ultimately, you know, let's say you're doing videos on your ZX10. There's other guys that have videos on the ZX10, right? You're not the only guy with a ZX10 that has videos on YouTube. So why is somebody going to watch Scooter Rider 1? They're going to watch Scooter Rider 1 for Scooter Rider 1. You know, whatever it is that's unique about, you know, your personality or how you present, they're going to gravitate towards it, and they're going to come for you. And that's one of the things that you guys have to definitely remember. So back to this glove. First of all, talking about the growth of my channel, I'm doing everything out of pocket. So, you know, this channel has been at a loss for years right now. And one of my big goals is definitely to get out of that realm, because this is not a charity. It's not a business for me either. I'm just treating it as a business because that's the world that YouTube is in. You're forced to. If you don't treat YouTube as a business, you're never going to get anywhere unless you're like super, super lucky. That's just the world that we live in. I mean, I would love if I could just do cool videos and that's it. You know, and this, like, back in the day, you could do that. Back in the day, like, if I was doing videos like I'm doing now, back in 2006, man, my channel would be huge right now. 500,000 subscribers, a million. Who knows how many subscribers I would have? But today's world, that does not work. You have to treat it like a business. So with that in mind, I'm definitely seeking sponsorships. I haven't had any sponsors yet. I mean, I have had some sponsors, but not like financial sponsors. I've had promotional sponsors where, you know, they're doing an event and they will, you know, they'll promote my channel, their event type of thing, and I'll promote their stuff. I've done event sponsors. So like you see me, I go to the bike show. I usually recommend Eurosports.net. But it's because I love those guys. Those guys are great. They're knowledgeable. I've had a great experience with them. And that's one thing I wanted to clarify. So sponsorships are definitely coming. The more serious sponsorships are definitely coming. But I'm not going to show you guys products just for money, right? If I wouldn't buy it, and that's one of the main reasons why I started doing YouTube videos was Carlisle's Picks, my main channel, was to recommend top products, right? So that betrays the original goal. I don't want to show you guys anything that I wouldn't use or I don't have. So case in point, here's the Phantom glove. This is my original Phantom glove, the original Phantom, which I've had for years now, 2006 or something. Look at this glove from 2006. It's still very much a usable glove. This is the glove that I crashed on the racetrack at 100 miles per hour, somewhere around there, and this thing survived. Why did it survive? Because of this highly abrasion resistant material, the Stingray. I don't know if you guys can see that. You see that? I just turned off my light. Son of a gun. Look at the palm of this. I love this new webcam. I can show you guys details like this. Look at that. You see that? You see that material? That is Stingray skin. Highly abrasion resistant material. And you can see this is from the crash. It actually didn't break down until quite a while after the crash. What was happening was basically the seam started to open up. Normally after crash, I should have actually sent it back to Held to have them to repair it, but I never did. I'm just always so busy. You can't really see it. It's hard to see it, but you can see right there the seam opens up. But this glove, 100 mile per hour crash, and it does not look it. It survived. You can see some scuffing there. That's from the crash as well. I don't know how well you can see that. Right on the outside. I'll do a video with better video so you can see it than this. But bottom line is, you know what? You guys can see this glove enough to appreciate the fact that for this to be a glove that was crashed 100 miles per hour, I mean, I think it looks pretty damn good. You know what I mean? Let me give you guys a bigger shot. This shot is this is pitiful. It's really pitiful right now. Scooter Rider is dominating too much. I don't know why this shot in this setup right here, why it looks so small. Let's see if I can adjust the settings on this. Why is it not a full screen? I think this is, let's see, scene editor. I don't know what I'm doing right now, guys. Scene editor. Why is this so small? I want a full screen display. Webcam. Why does it look like that? All right, just bear with me one moment. I think let me add something new. Let's add a scene, and let's say full screen webcam, and let's add maybe let me let you guys, your nosy guys, see what I'm doing. It's not insulated, Renegade. Okay, so I'm adding a scene. This is software that I'm using that you guys recommended, actually, Open Broadcast Software. So I want to do, is it Global Source? I want to do, what is webcam? Video capture device, I guess. Video capture device. There we go. So we can say Logitech. Yeah, we did it. Look at that. Yeah, so you guys should be seeing the full screen. All right, there you have it. All right, so now you can take a look at this glove. So there you go, full screen, the Hell Phantom, the original Hell Phantom. You guys can see this glove enough to appreciate that for a glove that was crashed at over 100 miles per hour or around 100 miles per hour, it certainly doesn't look it, especially this was like 2006, right? It's a long time ago. So it was crashed and also ridden for hundreds and thousands of miles after that, and look at it. So I have no problem recommending this to you guys, and I will, a lot of times I will try to, show you guys that I'm, Hell Phantom. I did the research. This is one of the top gloves. One of the things people kept saying is crash survivable glove. I wanted something that was crash survivable. People said crash survivable, and what do you know? I crashed in it, and it's absolutely true. And the one that you see me wearing now is the new Hell Phantom, the Hell Phantom 2s. So I'll go over these gloves a little bit. So there's no insulation. Yeah, I guess I should probably do shirts. Scooter Rider is saying I should do shirts. So I'll look into that. So this is actually this. Ian Jacob says he can't hear anything. Are you guys still hearing me? Ian Jacob can't hear anything right now. Maybe it's his setup. This glove sucks to look at. You know what? Let me look at the glove. By the way, I'm gonna give this glove away. I'm supposed to give this glove away before. I'm gonna give this glove away to one of my top subscribers. I want to be doing a lot of this stuff. I don't need 2 pairs of Hell Phantom 2 gloves, right? This is brand new, and it's one of the things that's awesome about the Hell Phantom gloves is they come in half sizes. So when you talk about fit like a glove, literally fits like a glove because you know what I mean in terms of custom fit. It's the closest thing to getting a custom glove because when you get whole sizes, you have to hope that your hand size is as close to the glove size as possible, right? Because it's not made for you, right? So hopefully your size is close to the actual size of the glove. If it's not, you could be in between 2 sizes. So that means there's gonna be a lot of play in there potentially, right? So there's gonna be a lot of ranges in terms of how snug the gloves fit. With half sizes, you can get closer to your exact size that you should be wearing. Now, with that being said, and being as this is a glove that I actually have now, we're limited to whatever size this is. Now these are my size, so I don't even remember what my size is. I haven't bought the gloves in a while. So these are size 8.5 M plus. Now, if you're interested in these gloves, you're gonna have to go to the Held website and see the sizing chart to figure out whether this will fit you or not. I mean, I'm a tall guy. I'm 6 feet tall. I don't know if that matters. I mean, I have longer fingers, I think. If that means anything to you guys. But I mean, this should be a standard size, though, right? I mean, so you guys should know what your glove sizes are. This is a standard size, 8.5. But you guys probably the cheaper gloves are going to be whole sizes. So if this fits you, then you're probably going to be currently wearing a size 8 or 9, right? Yeah, half a size up or half a size down. So if you're wearing an 8 or a 9 size glove, then this glove probably fits you, but you want to definitely check the sizing chart to see if this is the right size for you. Because one of the beauties of this is how great the fit is because of the half sizes. So it would suck for you to have a really expensive, this is a really expensive high-end gloves, it's top of the line gloves. They have another glove which is called the Titan or Titanium or something like that, which is their ultimate glove, but this is as high as you can get without getting crazy into that other glove. I mean, it's a gauntlet size style glove. It's kangaroo leather, so it doesn't get hard and crispy like cow skin. So when you sweat in this, it doesn't get hard. It still stays nice and soft. It's so comfortable. It feels so great on the hand. Again, you have the kangaroo. You have the this is kangaroo leather, but this right here is the stingray skin, highly abrasive resistant. As you saw, 100 mile per hour crash, no big deal. You have a lot of double stitching on there. You got the titanium knuckle on there. You have the reinforced fingers. You see the extra leather that wraps around the fingers to protect your fingers. You have also the abrasion resistant material, which is inside here. See that right there? That's the abrasion resistant material that's actually on top of the knuckles, which is giving you extra protection as well. And then you have the flex panels here to make it more comfortable. And you've also got the visor wipe. If you ride like me in all kinds of conditions, I know you guys can't see that, but if you look right on the edge, see right there on the edge of the wow, I love this webcam, man. Look at the quality of that. See that right there? You got a visor wipe, so that'll wipe the water off of your. It's focusing on my face. It's supposed to recognize my face. That's what it's doing. But yeah, you got the visor wipe to get the water off of your visor, which is a really cool feature. I really suck at this right now. Yeah. So really good gloves. Definitely highly recommended. And one of my lucky top subscribers is going to be getting this. What I need to do, I've been kind of messing around and trying to figure out how to do my kind of contests. How do I figure out now I'm losing the fan tool, which sucks. But the last time we talked about this, what I was thinking about doing was to do some kind of a Easter egg thing, and you had to comment within the first 10 comments. Something like that is what I'm looking to do. But what I wanted to do, someone mentioned, what about people that are at work when I post the videos? So I was thinking that you had to get like maybe 5 of them. Like maybe you have to get a collection of 6 Easter eggs. Each one has a code. Is this Scooter Rider 1's video still? I was gonna say Scooter Rider 1 doing wheelies. Look at these squids in our t-shirts and our sneakers. Oh, you can't even see this. Sorry, guys. You guys are like, what is he talking about? This video. Anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna be giving away this. I still need to get my act together and figure out, how I'm gonna. I really want to do this for the holidays, man. Some of you guys may be getting money. I don't know if some of you get. Maybe that's the thing when you get younger. When you're younger, I don't know if you guys get money as a gift from your wives or whatever. But if maybe you treat yourself. So regardless, I thought it would be a nice thing to kind of give one of these things away as a holiday gift to one of you guys. But I gotta figure out my Easter egg thing and how I'm gonna do it. I think I have it figured out. I think something with six codes from 6 Easter eggs and 6 videos, and then whoever gets it first, something like that, something to that effect is what I'm gonna do. Fast and fearless. Whoever gets them, that is some badass gloves. That they are, Scooter Rider 1. I want those damn gloves. I deserve it for the scooter. I made it work. Just my phone. Coming through loud and clear. Okay, Dean K. Thanks a lot, Dean K. Did I see you? Did I shout you out, Dean K? Were you here earlier? I don't know. I feel like I didn't. I don't know. When did you join the hangout, Dean K? I made it work. Scooter Rider. I want those gloves. All right, so we'll talk about doing some shirts. I may start with some basics. Maybe just do some standard shirts that some of the principles that I embrace as far as like safety. Wear your gear, stuff like that, promoting rider safety. Maybe do some team green shirts. Definitely love team green. Maybe some bike themed bikes shirts. So like a R1M shirt, an H2 shirt. Um, I said it from a long time ago. You should sell your satellite T-shirts like one you wear at your motorbike show. I know I live one. Thanks, lads. Whoever gets them, don't give them to me. I'm not even a biker yet. I will have a bike soon. So Ian Jacob doesn't have a bike. He just loves bikes. He's just like me when I started, man. I fell in love with bikes when I was I don't know 10 years old. I was too young to ride. I had no one that rode in my family, but I just absolutely loved the bikes. Um, but I gotta graduate high school first. Graduate from high school first, Ian Jacob. Get the hell out of there so you can move on to the wonderful life of being an adult. Um, so I think I'm gonna wrap things up. Some great ideas. Let's talk about some shirts. Let's figure out this contest thing. Um, there's more videos from the motorcycle show coming up. What I have coming up is specific booth tours. I did a all around. You know what? Let's look at some Fast and Fearless. Do you have some videos up? Can we look at some of your videos while I'm wrapping up here? Copy link address. That's not the way you do it. Where's my tab? I got full screen view. That's what's going on. Nooberific. So I did a full look at that. Subscribe to RTC Manga. Subscribe to Scooter Rider 1. Look at this. We got subscribers subscribing to subscribers. Awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Community. That's what community is all about. So let's go to Fast and Fearless. I guess we can take a look at your you just have photos right now. What is this? Isle of Man. Come on. Let's take a look at your bike, I guess. Yeah, so we'll figure that stuff out. I have booth tours, so specific booth tours. I'm supposed to walk around the entire thing, kind of quick. Spend more time in the actual booth. Let's look at the Kawasaki bike, slow it down a little bit more, look at the bike. So that's coming up, as well as I did some. I didn't have time because I was dealing with the sore throat and all that nonsense. I did some hands-on, getting on the bike, how's the ergonomics, that kind of stuff. And those are coming up. And there's also going to be some bike tours at local dealerships. So when I went to New York, I went to some local bike dealers. So you're going to see those bike tours as well. And I'm hoping to start doing some more reviews, man. I know I got to do more reviews. I want to get into a review flow, man. Just knock out bike after bike after bike, especially the new models coming out. So definitely stay tuned for that. So whatever I have forgotten to mention, I will just comment in the video below. Thank you everyone for joining in, and really I appreciate the support of each and every one of you. You guys are awesome. If only I could multiply you guys by, I think even, you know what, even 30, I think. Multiply you guys by 30, because I think we have right now probably some real hardcore fans. I would say hardcore dedicated to the channel. I would say about 15 hardcore, 20 to 25 total as far as the more dedicated fans. And then we have the others that are, some of them are enjoy the content but don't really contribute to the videos in terms of necessarily liking religiously and sharing and those kind of things. But they're there. They'll watch all the videos and then they'll comment, and I'm like, who are you? You know what I mean? Like, I know Scooter Rider, C Kim, Fast and Fearless, Renegade Biker. You guys are always around. RTC Manga. But there's other people that are there that are kind of stragglers. They're not stragglers. What's the word? Where you're kind of like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but it's like they're there, but they're not really there. Here's one thing before I end this. A very important thing that a lot of you guys, I think most of you guys have done this already, but check it out. When you guys subscribe, right? And I gotta promote this more because YouTube algorithm is killing me, and you guys are complaining, and you guys are saying we're not getting notified of your videos, right? You don't even know that I upload videos. And I'll tell you, that's because of the algo, and the solution is right here. So you guys go to my channel. I'm actually on your Fast Life 2 right now, so I'm not subscribed to Fast and Fearless on your Fast Life 2. So if I go and if I go and I click on subscribe, so now I'm subscribed to his channel. Each and every one of you guys, this is what you need to do so you don't miss out on the videos. Let's give Fast and Fearless a thumbs up. Make it 7. After you subscribe and you look on your whenever you're looking at the videos, you're gonna see this button here that says subscribed, and you're gonna see this gear icon. Each and every one of you guys need to click on this button right here. Click on the gear icon, and then click on send me notifications for this channel. If you don't do that, then it's your own fault why you're missing out on videos. Right? That's your own fault. You can follow me at Carlisle's Picks on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Additionally, when you go to the channel, let's get this crazy zoom out of here. What is going on with the feed? Okay. Fast and Fearless. I thought I have one tonight, but it won't. Swearing. A lot of swearing and pushing the motorbike where the battery went dead. Oh, you were going to do a video. Yeah, Fast and Fearless he's going to start doing some videos pretty soon. He doesn't have any videos yet, just a slideshow really. There's some other stuff on there, but he's really just getting started. He's really just getting started. I really appreciate you guys supporting Fast and Fearless. Again, I really want to promote this community here. So make sure you click on that notification thing. Additionally, if you go to the channel, so let's go to, I know some of you guys are doing this, your Fast Life, and you search, and in general, some of the newer videos may pop up. But see, this is actually from 3 months ago, right? That's popping up. And then it's the collab that I did on Noxious Moto pops up. And look, that's nice. Look at that, live. That's nice. This actually says that I'm live right now. It's cool. I'm live! We're live! Alright, and then if you're really slick, you go to filters and you can go upload date. So then you're going to see the more recent videos, some 6 days ago, 1 week ago. But see, even this is not that good. RTC Manga, look at that. Look who comes up. RTC Manga. Look at that. See, this is community, man. Look at this. I love it. RTC Manga. Awesome videos. And check it out. I think he did it at the end, right? So here he is. I think this is in Japan, right? And at the end of the video, look what he does. Look at this. This is awesome. See, he gets it, man. A lot of these YouTubers are on an island by themselves. I have given shout outs to RTC Manga. I've shared these videos. We have a collab that didn't quite work out because of the bike that we were shooting, and there's issues and all this kind of stuff, and now the engine is blown. But we got a collab coming up. And look at that. He promoted my car channel video in his video, man. And I didn't tell him to do that. And that is how it's done. You know, just like how you've seen. I know a lot of you guys saw I promoted 650E, but I did like a dozen videos promoting his channel. He didn't tell me to do that. I did that naturally. I appreciated the videos he was doing, and I wanted to kind of work with him and partner with him. And that's how I am, man. You know, I give it back, you know. So I went and promoted his channel and a bunch of videos. You know, that wasn't something, again, I was asked for. Same thing like RTC Manga. He gets it and he understands it. Now, obviously, his channel is small right now, but the beauty of it is, as his channel gets bigger, there's going to be more stuff that we can do in terms of helping each other out, right? He's going to have a larger audience. I'll definitely have a larger audience as well. So there'll be a lot more. You know, it's really difficult when your channels are smaller because, you know, it's a lot of it can be a one-way street where I can help you guys out, but it's not really much coming back in return. I don't necessarily need to have stuff come back in return because RTC Manga, I mean, when I shut out his channel, I realized that his channel is small, and you know the odds of me really getting much back is not going to be that high with a smaller channel. However, RTC Manga actually got some decent views even at a smaller channel size. So even though his channel was small, there's still some of his videos that actually had some decent views. So look at that video right there is 18,000 views, which congratulations RTC Manga for an 875 subscriber channel to get those kind of views. I mean, that is pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. I mean, relative to you talk about power to weight ratio, that relative to your channel size, that is some really healthy numbers to be. What is up with the window where I can see your guys' comments is always, it's all over the place. It keeps moving. I think it's because when I zoom in, it screws it up. So look at that. Whoa! RTC Manga, 300,000 views 2 years ago. That's the hard work, man. That is the hard work paying off. 197,000 views 1 year ago. GoPro Hero 4 versus Hero 3. Didn't you give me a shout out in this? So you see that even though the channel was small, it's still a small channel, as frankly mine is. I know you guys look at me, I'm a big channel, but really on YouTube, I think bare minimum, you need to be like 50,000 subs, 60,000, which my total network is about 45,000 subscribers. So I guess if you look at the whole thing, then I am right about that bare minimum as far as a tiny legit channel. But 100,000 and up, that's where you're official. So I'm a small channel too. It's all relative, right? Yeah, there you go, Carlisle's Picks. See that? So even as a small channel, 197,000 views. That's not bad, and that was a great return. So even as a small channel, he was able to actually deliver back. And again, I didn't promote his channel with the idea of I'm gonna get all this support from him or whatever. I appreciate the videos. He's a cool guy, and he's a subscriber. He's actively communicating, commenting on the videos. He's supporting my channel, and I gave it back. That's as simple as that. So yeah, I think I covered what I wanted to cover. I know I forgot something. I got sidetracked as usual. So final note, and then I definitely need to get going here, is if you go to the channel page, and let's unzoom this thing. It's a little bit too zoomed in. If you go to the channel page, I have again modified some of the playlists, and I gotta change this. This is another recommendation to you guys. You want to have in your banner something up there that says something up there. I want to point at it actually. So I'm pointing at it actually. Anyway, something up there should say your schedule. First of all, you want to have a schedule. You want to have upload at least one video per week, if possible. A minimum of one video per month, maybe 2 videos per month, but ideally once a week you want to upload a video. So you want to have a schedule, and you want to advertise your schedule. So my channel should say Fridays at 8:30 or new videos every Friday. I should have this here. People should know new content every Friday. Additionally, you want to make sure that you have when you start building up your library of videos, nice playlists. And I'm showing you that, the motorcycle reviews, I know you guys have all seen that already. This is more for new people. But the new playlist here is the latest uploads. So if you're trying to catch up on the videos, you are busy, you missed the updates, the email updates, or whatever it is, you can just go to the main channel page, and right here, latest updates, you can see the Star Wars video, the full walkthrough, ZX10 rider feedback, and so on and so forth. And in motorcycle news, you want to see what's the latest in news as far as news videos. That's right here, motorcycle news. So I did an announcement for this stream yesterday, exactly 23 hours ago. Interesting. And then so this is all the news about the new bikes coming out and stuff like that. And then the best videos, my favorite videos are here. And what do you know? One of the top videos for months has been one of my top subscribers, Chris Carter, with the Why I Love My Ninja ZX-10R. I would like to feature each and every one of you guys. Each and every one of you guys. I want to have, you know, RTC Manga. Well, RTC Manga, if you can do something bike related, I don't know. I would love to feature you, but obviously it's got to be bike related. If you can figure something bike related, even if you interview a local German rider or take us to a local motorcycle spot, whatever it is, put together something and we'll feature you on the channel and then put links to your channel from the video. If you want to do a part 1, part 2, I don't mind doing that. I put the part 1 here so my subscribers see it, they watch it, and those who love it will click on the link to see part 2 on your channel. That's another great way to cross promote. But I want to feature every one of you guys on there. Don't let Chris Carter hog all the spotlight. I want to see Renegade Biker 24, Scooter Rider 1. That's a great way to get exposure for your channel. Get featured on a bigger channel, right? And vice versa. I would actually, you know what? I want to do both ways. I want to be, and you guys may think this is weird. I want you guys to feature me on your channels too. I want to do a video, and maybe I'll do some videos where I'll make it Creative Commons. So that means it'll be open for you guys to download and upload to your channels. So maybe some kind of something that appeals to a lot of people. So you'll get the views. You can monetize it. I don't care. It'll be Creative Commons. So you can monetize it, and it'll be on your channel. And then same thing, I feature you guys on my channel as well. You guys get the exposure and so on and so forth, you know, and we can really build this thing. Your Fast Life crew, let those other moto vloggers know how it's really supposed to be done, right? Renegade Biker 24, probably picture in picture. What is that? Picture in picture. What did I miss? Okay, let me see if I can, let me full screen this thing. See what you got. What are you guys yapping about? Enjoyed it, man. Again, thanks for the feedback. Your Fast Life for life. Hey, t-shirt idea. Yeah, absolutely. Fast, do you have a battery charger? Yeah, I got a couple of battery chargers. I'm uploading some videos now. I only have over 429 videos so far. 429. That's a lot of videos, man. I thought I have one tonight, but battery went dead. I'm very new. I only got the action cam a few days ago. Thanks for the sub, you guys. Yes, this was fun doing that. I was really helpful to receive some promotion by you. You are welcome. It is okay, Fast. RTC Manga, how did you do that in your videos to where you put in a video in other videos? Oh, picture in picture, right? That's picture in picture effect. Like what I'm doing right now where I'm in the lower right hand corner of your screens. Scooter, it is a setting in the upload or is it a video? That's something you do in the editor. Oh, I'm late. I'm late. RTC Manga already told you guys. In the editing software. You can do that in the editing software. Adobe Premiere can do that. Sony Vegas, I'm sure, can do that. Right, I'm off this time. Work won't get done by itself. Look, catch up again. Thanks for your Fast Live. Live stream was very good. You're very welcome, man. And I appreciate you joining in, man. Appreciate the feedback. Appreciate the support. He was telling me about how he got the video in video. I a little delay there. All right, guys. Thank you for joining in. You are watching your Fast Life Motorcycle channel. This has been a hangout. I'm going to try to do these on Sundays if I have time. My schedule is so crazy, so I'm probably going to only be able to let you guys know maybe a day in advance. Expect that there may be a hangout on Sundays, but, you know, it's not going to be confirmed until possibly the day before, potentially. So just keep an eye out. I'll announce it like I did this time. I think this was great. This really worked out great. I ran over time a little bit. Whoa. Wow, I doubled. I was supposed to do an hour. We were actually approaching 2 hours, but I think it went great. A lot of interaction with you guys. I'm really happy with what we had going today. Anyway, this is your Fast Life Motorcycle channel. Where's my stream? I gotta end with my yay, but I gotta end it right as I say that, and I can't do that unless I got my finger on the on the trigger here. Where I got so many windows. Where's the window to stop the stream? There we go. All right. You are watching your Fast Life Motorcycle channel, and I'm out. Yay, yay.